start discussing on the Karaṇīya Metta Sutta, the second part. Yeah? And also the second verse, second stanza. In this first part of the sutra, Buddha teaches the background of the meditation, or the environment that a monk should develop within himself before his meditation to be a success. So today we continue the background. Yeah? It begins with Santussako cha subharo cha Apakiccho cha sallabhukavukti Santindriyo cha nipako cha Apagabho kulesu ananugito. Santussako. This term is similar to santuti. Buddha says, santuti paramam dhanam. The greatest wealth is the happiness. No matter what we have, if we don't have happiness, we are poor. Why we can't be happy? Because we can't be contented. We can't be satisfied with what we have. Our mind is always empty. It is a bottomless pit. Whatever you put in vanishes. Whatever you have forgotten. You have forgotten, and you are directed, instructed, pointed out to have something that you don't have. You have forgotten. You don't have come onto the surface, come onto the stage. Buddha says, you can never be happy. You will always feel empty. You will always feel that you are lack of something, unless or until you know the art of being contented, the art of being satisfied with what you have. There are two types of happiness: gihi sukha, papajita sukha. Gihi sukha, the happiness of the lay people, happiness of the householders. You can be happy. You can be happy that when you have wealth. You can be happy when you know the art of spending your wealth. Many people don't know the art of spending wealth. They know how to waste, the art of wasting the wealth, not the spending. You must know the art of spending wealth, then you are happy. My wealth is being spent wisely, not foolishly. It is not being wasted. Happiness of being without debts. Happiness of being without regrets. These are the happiness of the layperson. 4 types: happiness of having wealth, happiness of the art of knowing how to spend the wealth, happiness that you are debtless. A person who has a lot of debts can't be happy. He is always worrying about how to pay the debts. If you are debtless, that person is very happy. He feels light, no weight within his heart. and the person who has no regrets about his past. A lay person can be happy. And also the Papajita Sukha, a monk must be happy. If you cannot find the happiness in the monk's life, you cannot be in the monk's life long time. Disrobe and go. That's why you can find in the Buddhist history some monks, they disrobed, ordained, disrobed, ordained, sometimes up to the level of up to the 7 times, because they could not find the happiness of being alone. Monk life is a life that you are alone. You are not together, you are alone. If you cannot find the happiness being alone, then you cannot be in this life long time. Yeah. There is happiness in the monk's life. Buddha says you have to find that happiness. Happiness of aloneness is beautiful. Sometimes you will also find happiness of togetherness a hell. Being together all the time, how long can you last? You must replenish, you must need some R&R. You must find some alone time. That is why there are temples. There are monasteries. You can come and find some alone time here. Meditate, be silent. When you are alone and when you are silent for some time, then you can go to the togetherness alone again. But time to time you must replenish. Time to time you must take some rest, take some time away from being together. Otherwise, togetherness becomes a hell, becomes such a great suffering. But Buddha says, in both cases, in togetherness there is happiness, you have to find it. In aloneness there is happiness, you have to find it. Otherwise, this life is not a life to spend unhappily, sadly. How long are we going to live? 200, 300 years? 70 years, 80 years just gone, vanished. You feel like, what did I do so long? My life is just being wasted. But if you find the happiness, you are fulfilled. You are contented. You feel that your life is spent as something worthwhile, as something valuable, not a just wasted life. So Buddha says, find the happiness in meditation. Now this is all about meditation. Before the meditation, you must know, you must understand how to find the happiness in meditation. People usually, they come to meditate sometimes because others meditate. They also want to meditate. Sometimes they are curious. There must be something in meditation. So they come to meditate. Sometimes it is because of the trend. Today everybody meditate. I also must meditate. But they don't know to meditate happily. You have to apply happiness into this small action of meditation. If you can apply happiness, then your beginning of meditation is with the happiness. It is not like you are coming to be butchered. When I see some meditators, they come to the cushion like as if they are going to be tortured there. They are going to be killed there. Their faces are so disturbed. They are not happy at all. They cannot continue. You cannot last long if you cannot find the happiness in this meditation. So breathe in happily. Breathe out happily. Apply happiness until you find the real happiness. You will find the real happiness. Until that, apply happiness for this small, slight action of breathing in and out. Apply happiness. Do walking meditation. Apply happiness to that walking. Then you will find, by and by, you are becoming more and more connected to the meditation. Not that you want to run away from that meditation. You want to be connected with the meditation when you apply happiness. One day, when your consciousness becoming less and less defilements, having less and less cankers, klesha, happiness will naturally arise. Then no one needs to push you into meditation. You know the benefit, you know the result. Until that, apply happiness. Do it as the greatest or the happiest thing in your life. Then you can continue this practice. Continue this practice. Buddha says, as a help, as a ground, as a foundation for your meditation. Buddha says, apply happiness to it. Santussako. Then second one is subharocha. Subharocha. Subharocha means, the book says, easily supportable. Correct. Especially a monk, if he cannot be easily supportable, the devotees are in trouble. Yeah. Some of the devotees may not want to go to temple. The monk is a headache. He is asking things. The monk, he's not satisfied. You cannot make him happy. He is not easily supportable. He look at you like he think that you are an ATM machine. Devotees are in trouble, and the monk is in trouble. A monk should be easily supportable. That means his life is simple. He doesn't have much needs in his life. Buddha says monk's life is like a life in the sky. If there is a life in the sky, that means the life of a bird. The weight is only the weight of the feathers, not much weight. Very simple life. That type of a monk is somebody that can be supported easily. Of course, that is the Buddha's time. Yeah. But anyway, even today, if we have less needs, that means our life is easily supportable. This is not only for the monks. If your children are not easily supportable, if your children are like looking for all these new gadgets, new machines, new instruments, handphones, all these, there is no end to it. The world is providing more and more things to buy. Each time if the children are asking you to buy for them, you are in trouble. The life is difficult. Such a person cannot have metta, cannot have loving kindness. such a person cannot meditate. That person is never be contented. So Santusta Kocha and Subharocha comes together. If a person can be easily supportable, that means he is contented with little things. He is not asking for big things. Santusta Kocha Subharocha comes together, go together. Subhara means that a person can live with little things. He is not looking for much things. So he is easily supportable. Then the Appa Kichocha. Appa means little. Kicha means action. Little action. What does it mean by little action? Little meditate? Little action means little duties. Too much duties, too much busyness. Being so busy that person has no time for his own spirituality. Being busy in the worldly life, his life will be just gone by just being busy. He has to forget, and he is forgotten all about his spirituality. And he can be depressed, he can be stressed, and his family life can be destroyed. So Buddha says, if you are too busy, if you are too much engulfed in the workload, little reduce a little. Reduce a little for your own well-being. Reduce a little for your own self. Appa Kichocha, have less duties. Even for the monks, this is there. If a monk is completely engaged on the building up of the temple, social activities, religious activities, he has no time for his spiritual life. Unfortunately, it is happening. No time for his spiritual well-being. So the monk must decide whether to engulf in them or just to give up a bit. If you have too much work activities in the worldly life, you don't have time for your spirituality. Buddha says, for meditation, this is a base. This is a condition you have to prepare, that you have time for yourself. That means you have less duties. Less duties. It doesn't mean that you have no duties. You have less duties to perform. Then you have time for your meditation, for your spiritual life. Otherwise, duties, nothing else. You have forgotten about yourself. You have done nothing to you. Ultimately, you will just die and go, and without doing anything to yourself. Without transforming yourself a bit, you have just gone without doing anything to yourself. Whatever we do to the world, everything will leave behind and go. We do to the world many things, but the world will be forgotten. World will forget us. We will be forgotten very fast. How long? 7 days? 1 year? 2 years? From the prominence to the footnote, then to the appendix, then gone forever. You will be forgotten. We will be forgotten. Whatever we do to the world will be forgotten. Of course, if people are to remember about the dead people who died, they have nothing else to do in the life. If you are dead, how long they can remember you? You will be forgotten. So whatever you do to the world will be forgotten. Only thing remaining for you is whatever you do to yourself. How much you transform yourself. Having such a precious human life, what did you do to yourself? That's only will remain for you whenever one day you say bye-bye to this body and go. Appakiccocha. Less duties. Sallahukavutti. Sallahukavutti means simple livelihood. Simple livelihood. What is simple livelihood? This simple livelihood in the sense that you know what to do in the present. You are not so complicated. You are not so complicated being engulfed in the past and in the future. You know what is happening in the present and you engage only the things that you are supposed to do in the present. Buddha's life is sallahukavutti. Simple. Simple in the sense he does only what he has to do in the present. He do not worry about the future. He do not think about or bring into the memory of his past. He engage only the present. Such a person who live in the present, live in the moment, is the person who can have a simple livelihood. This simple livelihood will go together with the appakicco, less duties. A person who has much duties will always worry about what he has to do tomorrow, what he couldn't do yesterday. That person cannot have a simple livelihood. That person is always worrying only, very complicated, very disturbed. Buddha says, sallahukavutti. Have a simple livelihood. Concentrate what you have to do now. Stop worrying, stop thinking about what you have to do tomorrow. When the tomorrow becomes today, you can do it. Then your life is simple. You will go to sleep happily. You will wake up happily. You will have a sound sleep. Simple livelihood. No much burden. No much burden. Why they don't have burden? Because they concentrate only to the present. There is no burden. They don't worry about tomorrow. If you worry about tomorrow, your mind is full of thoughts. When your mind is full of thoughts, can you sleep at night? You must have less thoughts in your mind. Then the sleep will come to you. Yeah? Sallahukavutti. That person can be living in a palace, but still he is sallahukavutti. He is living simply today. That person living in a simple house, but he can be very complicated and his life can be very disturbed. It's not sallahukavutti. Wherever you are living, doesn't matter where you are living. What matters is whether you are living in the present or not. That's what matters. Sallahukavutti. Santindriyocha. Santindriyocha. That your senses are controlled. Of course, in the beginning, before the awareness control you automatically, before your awareness come to the summit, come to the top, you must need the precepts. You must need the intention, determination to control your senses to a certain degree. If your senses are uncontrolled, do you think you can ever have a meditation? You can ever be successful in the meditation? That's why Buddha created a limit to stop the senses being uncontrolled. He said, control your mouth first. Musavada, Pisunavacha, Parusavacha, Sampapalapa. Musavada, lying. Pisunavacha, gossiping. Parusavacha, harsh speech. Sampapalapa, idle talk, idle chatter. Then what are we going to talk? You cannot lie, you cannot gossip. If we talk, Buddha says, if you want to talk, Dhammiva Katha, then talk only the Dhamma. You remove these four, Musavada, Pisunavacha, Parusavacha, Sampapalapa. You remove these four, then you have only to talk the Dhamma. Nothing else. Then your mouth is restrained, mouth is controlled. Mouth, of course, boring. But remember, but I can tell you, you just talk for half an hour outside. Come and sit down and meditate for half an hour. You will experience the mouth is the most disturbing thing for meditation. You will never concentrate. You will never develop any concentration. You will remember whatever you talk during the half an hour. During that sitting half an hour. That talk, that words will be haunting your mind. Haunting your mind. Talking is disturbing your mind. Silence. More you are silent, you will be calm, you will be quiet within you. That's why. This is the foundation. This is the necessary. You must restrain your senses. Not only talking, but also food. Buddha says, when the sun starts setting, stop eating. That is enough for today. Start fasting. Start fasting until tomorrow. Yeah? You eat too much, then again you are disturbed. Yeah? It is for the monks. It is for the monastics. Okay? Not for you. Yeah? But for you also, if you meditate, if you want to meditate, better have some limit. Otherwise you will be eating and eating and eating. Your meditation won't be successful. Control the senses. Control the senses. Yeah? Stop walking too fast. Have a slow walk. Then your concentration will be more into the action. You cannot walk extra slowly without concentration. You must concentrate to have an extra slow walk. So make it slow. Control. Control the senses. For the monks, Buddha says, when you walk, those days, not today. Today cannot do that, especially if we are living in care or clan. That for the monks, when they walk, they have to look at, they must only look 2 feet in front. 2 feet only. The rest forgotten. Their senses, their eyes controlled to such a degree, only 2 feet, only 2 feet ahead, the rest forgotten. These are the needs for meditators. Without these needs are fulfilled, your meditation won't be successful. If you are looking around, your mind is distracted. Senses should be controlled for the meditation to happen. Yeah? That is why santindriyocha, santa indriya, santindriya. Shanta, calm down, quiet down, indriya senses. Yeah? Then the nipakocha, wisdom. Nipakocha, wisdom. This is not about the knowledge. Wisdom is not about knowledge. Wisdom is something different, diametrically opposite to the knowledge. Wisdom is to understand the present condition. Nipāta means understanding the present, current condition and giving the right answer to that current condition. People have a lot of wisdom, lot of knowledge, but they don't know, they cannot comprehend the present situation properly, correctly. If you cannot comprehend the proper situation, that means your mind is full of klesha, mind is full of defilements. When you are angry, you don't know what is the real thing happening now. When you are so sad, you will take decisions without knowing the real thing, reality. When your mind is full of defilements, full of kleshas, full of cankers, you cannot have a correct decision. Wisdom will never arise. Nipāta, you must develop the ability of being wise to understand the present moment, current moment as it is, without being disturbed by anger, hatred, jealousy, sadness, worries, or anything else. You must be able to comprehend the present moment as it is. That development of that ability is Nipāta. In the meditation, this is very important. When something happening in the meditation, you have to understand yourself. Okay, this is a progress of the development, progress of the meditation, or this is just a distraction. This is called Nipāta. Otherwise, Buddha's time, when they got the meditation object of meditation, they go to the forest. They go far away from the Buddha. There is nobody to instruct step by step. You have to continue to practice because you have the utmost saddha, utmost confidence in the Buddha. Buddha knows, I know not. This is the nature of confidence. Buddha knows, that is why he gave me this meditation object. Whatever happened, I will hang on to this meditation object. This is the confidence. On the way, when meditation continue, when things happen, oh, Buddha must be wrong. He must have given me the wrong meditation object. This is not confidence. Then your path is not clear. You cannot continue on that path. With the full confidence they practice. In that confidence, when they practice, of course, they get all sorts of experiences. Remember, in the meditation, two persons won't get similar experience. Different, diverse, completely different experiences each and every practitioner receive. When they receive the experiences without being tormented by the experiences or without being distracted by the experiences, that person must be capable of understanding that experience. Why? He wants to continue. He wants to continue his practice. If he is distracted, if he is thrown away from his practice, if he is gone in the wrong direction, he will not be coming to the right results of the meditation. He will not receive the results of meditation. Nipāta, understand what is happening in the present moment in your mind, in your consciousness. What is this present distraction? What is this present development of your practice? Because not like today. Today you can run to the teacher and say, I can see the green light in my eyes. What is this?
That's right.
happen, just go to the master and ask. Just go to the teacher and say, am I already arahant? Or am I getting jhana? What are these things? You must be Nipāta. You must have the wisdom to understand that this is just a distraction. This is the progress. How to understand whether it's a progress or a distraction? You just hang on to it. When you have an experience, you just hang on to it and see whether it vanishes. If it vanishes, it is a distraction. If it develops further and further, that is a progress. Yeah? You must have to be Nipāta. You must have to be clever, wise for that. Understand the current situation. This is for meditation. It is similar to the present, our life also, normal life. To understand what is really happening, you must be Nipāta. But when people get angry, they see only the dark side of it, dark side of the problem. When they are sad, same thing, dark side of the problem. They don't see the bright side. To see the both side is the Nipāta, to be clever. Now, for example, if you sit in the middle of the crowd, in the middle of this group of people, I see at one point, at one glance, I see either the right or the left, backside or front. I cannot see the whole crowd at once, at one glance. To see the whole crowd at one glance, what I have to do? I have to come out of the crowd and stand here. Then I can see the whole crowd at once. When we are disturbed by our own defilements, anger, hatred, jealousy, sadness, worries, when we are disturbed, Buddha says, create a gap. Create a gap between you and the problem, you and the situation. When there is a gap between you and the situation, when there is a space, when you go beyond your problem and you will find the answer yourself. Otherwise, we will have to consult a counselor spending hundreds of ringgit. These counselors are not intelligent than you. They are as same as you. What is the difference? They are not disturbed by your problem. They can see the both sides. But you are disturbed by your problem. You see only the dark side, wrong side. You will not see the right side. Why we need counselors when we have our own capability of being silent, being aware a little bit, giving a space between the problem and you. That's why there are temples. When you have a trouble, when you have a problem, go to the temple. Sit silently. Sit silently. If you cannot sit silently, start chanting. Get the chanting book, start chanting. Distract yourself to something else. At home, the problem is overwhelming. But in the temple, different situation, different condition. Now start chanting. Give it a rest. Your problem is not a nuclear problem. Can have some time. No need to rush to answer. No need to rush to give answers. Can have some time. Go to the temple. Give some rest. Give some space. Go beyond. Then you will find the right answer. Don't find answers in anger. Don't find answers in sadness. You will find the wrong answer. Find answers when you are not angry, not sad. Give some space, give some time to see the both sides. This is called Nipāta. This is called the wisdom. It is similar to the meditation. It is similar to the lay life. Nipāta. Santindriyo cha nipakocha. Appagabho, pagabha. Kaya pagabha, vachi pagabha, mano pagabha. That means stop words, actions, thoughts coming out of you which disturb others, which create suffering for others. Our mind, as I said many a times now, our mind is full of defilements. Because of these defilements, whatever coming out of our body, words, actions and the thoughts can be disastrous for others, can create suffering for others. Buddha says, appagabbo. Be prudent, be mindful, not to let the words or the actions create suffering for others. Especially when they are meditating. Group of people, sometimes hundreds, meditate together. If you utter a word that creates disturbing to somebody, if you do something that harms somebody, one thing you regret, sometimes for a day or two, you regret. The other one also disturbed, and he also being angry, and he also disturbed. Both are disturbed. In that kind of environment, you have to be appagabbo. You have to behave in such a way that do not disturb the other meditators, other people. Because you are doing such a delicate operation, psychological operation. You are in a theater, psychological theater. Slight mistake can distract you to such a degree that you will be away from your operation, away from your practice, away from your real practice for a long time. You can be disturbed very easily. So how to be mindful with your actions, with your words, not to disturb others, not to give suffering to the others. That is what Buddha meant by appagabbo. Stop pagabha. Stop disturbing words, actions and thoughts. That's the meaning. Appagabbo. The last one. Kulesu ananugiddho. This is very important for the monks, also lay people. But mind you, this sutra is uttered for the monks who are going to be meditators. Now, the monks, when they are usually get connected with the devotees, usually the devotees and the monks also, they have their favorite devotees. The devotees have their favorite monks. That's normal. Then what happened? Attachment happened. When they are attached, then there is the problem. Then you are duty bounded. Then if the devotee is having some sickness, the monk feels bad and he has to go and do the chanting, and he has to take care of the devotee with spiritually. This kind of bondages can be created with this attachment, and it is not good for the meditation. It is not about this normal environment. It is all about meditation. Buddha says, if you are too much attached to the kula means householders, your devotees. If you are too much attached to the devotees, it can harm your meditation. Too much attachment is not a benefit for the meditation. Buddha says, less attachment creates, live like a bee, live like a butterfly that go from one flower to another. A bee will go one flower, and bee will not disturb the flower. He will be fed, he will be quenched, then the bee will go to another flower. A bee will not disturb the flower, and the bee will not be attached to the flower. This is the way that a monk, a meditator should behave with the devotees, with the householders, not attached. The householders help assist the monk for his monastic life, for his holy life. They get their share of merits, but they have no opportunity to be attached to the monk, because the monk is a person who go arms round from home to home. He is not attached to any home. This is a good home, this is a bad home, this home provides delicious food, this home provides non-delicious. No such attachment. House to house, home to home, like a bee, from flower to flower, without disturbing the flower, without being attached to a flower. He lives such a life. Kulesu ananugito. Of course, this is for meditators. Today the environment is completely different. Today this story has a different verse, different idea, right? Anyway, this is what Buddha said. Of course, in the monasteries, especially in the meditation centers, even in Sri Lanka, I have been in such a places several times, few months. Very easy in a way that the monks come down from their kutis in the mountain, the dana hall in the foot of the mountain. The monks come down, no need to even look at the devotees. They come down, downcasted eyes. The devotees offer the food, the monks take the food and go. Kind of a very easy life. No need to give talks, no need to smile with them, no need to listen to their problems, no need to talk to them. But monks in the city has no that, they don't have that benefit. If I don't smile, then next week I'm not sure those devotees will come back again. I have to smile, I have to talk, I have to compliment them, I have to talk nicely, I have to be careful not to use any wrong words, not to disturb them, but make them happy. But meditator's life is different. Even today it is like that. Devotees go and offer, but the monks don't have any connection with them. That is the way meditator's life. Because those connections can be disturbances. But there is a high possibility in the monastery, in the temples like we are living, that to create attachment, to create connection, attachments with the devotees. Right? Sometimes the monks become the family members of the devotees, like they are treated like family members of the devotees. It can happen. So, but in the meditation wise, those attachments are disturbances. For sure, those attachments are disturbances. That is why Buddha said very clearly, that kulesu ananugito, be not attached to the families, devotees, too much. So I guess you got this meaning. Santussa kocha subharocha appakichocha salvakavutti santindriyocha nipukocha appagabho kulesu ananugito. You can find these are the bases, these are the foundations that you have to have. Anybody who is interested in a genuine, authentic practice of meditation must have these bases. If that person is practicing metta, these bases are vital for him to have a for that person to have a real power of metta. Otherwise, that metta will be biased. That metta will be one-sided, lopsided also. That metta will not be pervading throughout. Think about these meanings. If a person is not happy within himself, if a person is always hankering for more and more, not happy within him, a person who is not happy within him, can he ever have a genuine thought, may others be happy? He cannot have. Impossible. Buddha says, santusako, first be happy. Apply happiness or generate happiness within you. Once you are so happy, naturally you want to make others happy. You want to wish, may others also be happy like me. Right? Not that I am so sad, but others may happy. Cannot happen. It is not possible. It is not genuine. It is not genuine. So, for the metta, for the meditation, these are the bases, these are the foundations that one should develop. Okay? That's enough for today.